Baba, I've got another topic to discuss quickly. There's so much of fear of the virus, and there's so much of fear about losing life, near and dear ones. It's an appropriate time to understand a little bit on the topic called death. If you could generally give us quick briefing, a short briefing on what is death and how do you see it and how do you want us to, if you could talk about.
Baba Singh, very good, and it's just a continuation of where we stopped. The end of your physical body and the departure of your soul. We all agree to that, or we believe in that, right?
Yeah.
So you leave your body behind, sanskaric impressions, and what departs is the eternal soul. That soul is coming back home. We just spoke about the holiday concept. The physical body is death. The soul does not die. The soul who will be sitting and being answerable to the question, how was your holiday? Correct? Spoke about this.
Yes.
So what is that? That is actually just dropping your physical body. But what you carry with the soul will determine how and where you will come back again for your next holiday. So death is inevitable. We all know about that. It's just dropping the purpose for which you have come. That body is not required anymore. For some, it could be an early death. For some, it could be their sanskaric impressions. Some people have a very short life, right? So they just come to finish a bit of their sanskaric impressions and move on. But that cycle that you come in, so losing your loved ones, your dear ones, losing your family members, whether they are children or parents who die young, right? It is very painful. Those souls have come together as per their previous engagement at the soul level. And the purpose for which they have come, which when it is dead, they depart, right? But because we have got completely wiped out memories, we don't remember the purpose for which we got together. And hence it is very harsh, it's very painful, it's very difficult to accept the fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because when we come, we are told that at least we come for 100 years, if not more. And hence we feel that, yeah, everybody with us in our family will be on that journey for a very long, long time together. But when things happen in a very different way, where death in a family comes before the cycle is over for everybody together, right? That's when you feel distressed, you feel, that why this happened to me, correct? Why did I lose a parent or a child or a family member? But that is individual soul journey. There is no control on that. You would come alone, as we all know, and we all go alone. Correct? So death is actually just a termination of the physical body. And the sanaskaric impressions you have collected on the body, which is destroyed. It's gone back to ashes. It's not required anymore. It's the soul that is going back home with its memories, with that bag that the soul carries. It's back to Godhead. It has a discussion. It has a catch up. So that is a very natural process, bringing a finality, an end to the impressions that you have brought with you. And once it's exhausted, you have to go back to replenish it, isn't it? It's like, if you've drawn some money from your ATM or from your bank, and when you finish that cash, you go back to the ATM, right? Because there's nothing that you have. So when that cash is over, you go to the main source from where you will get that cash, right? So likewise, when your impressions are over, you go back to the main source to collect it again. Yeah, it is very intimidating, it's very daunting, because the point is we don't know what next with us, right? That's why we fear death. But why we fear death? Because we are so engaged in the world of illusion that we give our own soul a backseat. We don't engage with our soul. We forget the purpose for which we have come, and therefore we are scared, isn't it? Oh my God, I'm going to die. What next? And it's very natural to have that feeling.
In Bhagavad Gita, Baba, it is mentioned that death is as painful as the bite of thousands of scorpions. So, how will you explain that?
It is painful for those who cut off themselves from the reality, this is a place of impermanence. If you understand, as I said, wherever you go, you visit a family, a friend, you go for a holiday, you're going for a very limited time, isn't it? As much as it will be painful when you go and see your children, you say goodbye to them, or the other way around. It's very painful, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't that like 1,000 scorpions biting you?
So the pain,
Isn't it?
yes.
It is at a mentally, you're going to go away not knowing whether you will see them again, isn't it? So when death comes, you know that probably you're not going to see those souls again in that physical form, right? And therefore that fear of not being in control and of losing everybody that you've had an association with. But the fact is that the soul will have connections again in a new form, in a new body, with everybody, but with a completely wiped out memory. Because that memory is not required, isn't it?
Of the past birth.
Yeah, if your memory is full, you start deleting, right? You consciously start deleting what is there in your iPhone or on your phone memory.
Yeah.
Because the memory is full. Then you tell yourself, okay, I don't need it, let me delete it, right? And you start fresh. Yes, it is going to be very painful.
So you're saying the pain of dissociating ourselves with our loved ones.
Yes, in the physical body.
In the physical body.
In the physical body. So I think Baba was saying we shouldn't delve on it more, but at another stage and keep it crisp.
Right. And just a quick question on that. So how do we prepare ourselves for death?
Being alert to the fact that this is a place of impermanence. I mean, this we all know this, but we give it up backstage. We put it in the green room, right? And we bring it out on the stage only when it is required. Why? We all know that. Every soul knows that we are here for a very limited time. And yet, it is the fear of losing that grip, fear of not being in the physical body. That's what the soul is worried about.
So the question here is that after departure from the body, the loved ones, are they in touch with the people who are left behind?
No, we will speak this at another time.
Okay.
It's a very long.
Okay.
It will be a long, good conversation.
Okay.
We'll speak that another time, Baba saying.
Okay. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. So just summarize about death, what you just mentioned today.
Baba is saying death is our only reality. Everything around us, that is the only reality of our life for which we have come. We are born to die, right? And we die to be born again. So between being born, birth and rebirth, the link is death, correct? Even when you really come to age, in your late 90s or whatever, when you feel you are incapacitated, you are not capable of doing anything more, your soul is constantly saying, why am I here? Isn't it? Ask those people who are physically incapacitated and they say, why am I here? What am I doing in this body? Isn't it? That's the time you don't fear death. You don't fear death because you're not in control of what you want to do at the physical level, right? So you don't want to be there. So death is our only reality. Will always be like a shadow. When it will happen and how it will happen is something no soul would know. And it's not required. When it happens, for all of you, remember that you are holding on to my daman and you are coming back to me. Baba loves you all. And on that note, stay good, stay positive, stay healthy, be safe. Don't worry, be happy.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.